Well, the New York Times and CNN, among others, were excluded from today's press briefing. Now, this gets a little bit into the media weeds, but the White House is changing the terms of the deal here with the press today. Typically, there's a daily press briefing, and that is on camera. Today, the White House announced that they would have what's called a gaggle, which is when the press secretary simply pulls some reporters aside from the press pool and gives them an off-camera update about what's going on. In today's briefing, though, what they decided to do was what they're calling an expanded pool, which is a new term of art here at the White House, and they brought in the regular media pool, which is a small group of reporters, plus a number of hand-picked outlets to go to that gaggle today, including, we're told, Breitbart News, OAN News, and a number of others which are seen as strongly pro-Trump in their coverage. They brought that group back into the press briefing room and then back into Sean Spicer's office. When that happened, everybody else in the press briefing room stood up and tried to go back there as well, and the White House press staff blocked anybody who wasn't specifically invited to this gaggle from going back there. So you're going to see a lot of complaints about that from the media throughout the rest of the day today. I'm also told there are reports now that some of the media organizations that were invited boycotted today's press briefing in order to avoid going along with the terms which they felt were too onerous and they didn't like them. But this is a White House that very much, some of the senior officials here have said they are campaigning against the media. They see the media as sort of the opposition party in many cases, particularly certain outlets. The president's speech today at CPAC was all about the media, at least in the opening salvo of it, complaining very much about how he's been covered and what he sees his relationship with the media as. And of course, the significance here is that Sean Spicer, the White House press secretary, is giving out information now to the press pool and to that select group, but not everybody is going to get access to that at the same time necessarily. There could be market-moving information, significant information about the president's plans on taxes, regulation, trade, any of those issues that have been so important to this White House. A lot of us would have liked to have been included in that briefing today, but we're not able to attend.
Clarify for me, when the press secretary does what's known as a gaggle, who goes to that? Is it open and anybody can, or is it by invitation? So really, how different is this from prior practice?
It's only different in one respect, and that's a really good question. So we're getting really far in the weeds here in terms of the media, but a press briefing is open to all credentialed reporters who show up here at the White House every day. A press gaggle is only open to the press pool. That's the group that travels with the president everywhere he goes. Remember, we don't send the entire press corps with the president. A select group is selected each day to cover the president, travel on the motorcade, go on Air Force One, wherever the president's going, they go with him. That's called the press pool. That select group is usually invited to a gaggle. In this case, they invited that group plus a number of pro-Trump outlets and maybe some others. It's still unclear exactly who was on that list. We're sorting that all out right now. But so they called that an expanded pool, which is not a term that anybody's really heard here.
Plus.
So,
yeah,
right. That's right.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.